Hello and welcome to Happy Foot, Sad Foot, your LAFC post-game show. I'm Darren Miller.
I'm Travis Helwig.
I'm Vince LaRosa, and I was trying to stare at Travis's hat, and I'm very happy to understand what it is.
Merch.
At first, I was very scared of what it might be, and now I'm even happier of what it is.
I have to say I was insecure when I had it on earlier. Now a couple beers in me feels right to have this hat on. So you guys watched on TV. What the fuck was that?
A 1-0 nail biter, fireworks, another exciting match from LAFC. Top of the table. Couldn't feel better, fellas.
Are we top of the table? I guess we couldn't be more top of the table.
I don't know. I haven't looked. I'm not interested in that yet. It doesn't seem like something that's really in the cards yet.
San Jose did win. I know we don't speak about them. They did win, so they're at least level on points, and I guess they're ahead on goal differential. But it's just that's a tiebreaker. Come on.
If you said 2 weeks ago we will start the MLS season 2-0, I would say happy to take it.
Yep.
And yet, here I am. Feeling like
crazy?
dog shit.
Isn't this crazy? Last season, it was like, when are we ever going to win? And this season is like another fucking win.
Oh, another one of these dog shit wins we always do.
I think if you had said it and then you didn't watch the games, you'd be elated.
Yes.
But I think so that's what's difficult for us, right? We are watching the games. We are here every minute of every game. We're fans. We're in this. And that's what makes it difficult because we want to see things happen. But realistically, sometimes things don't happen this quickly, right? So the fact that they are putting something together and it's taking time, but still getting wins, still getting clean sheets is something to be excited about. However, if you're watching the product on the field, you're hearing me say it's something to be excited about and you're yelling, fuck you, Vince. And I'm with you. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot to... You want to say there's a lot to be excited about. There's a lot not to be excited about. There's a lot to not be excited about. Is sort of where that statement for me starts and ends.
But there's a difference.
Good. Like I want to take what you said. Like what I take from what you said. Like the ability to win when we don't have it is important. And I remember that being kind of what carried us as far as we got last year.
But I want to be specific here. There's a difference though. Like there's, oh my God, my team sucks. I'm sad. There's, okay, I'm not really excited by this. And there's, oh, my team's awesome. This is so great. And we're just in that middle phase, which at the end of the day, and they're winning games is okay, right? No one's winning a trophy today. This is okay. But again,
2 days from now, we have to worry about a trophy.
Sure.
No, I agree. Like this season is long. I think that's the biggest thing I learned last season. That it's like, okay, like chill for a bit. So like, I don't like what I saw, but I'm also not scared yet.
Darren, so sorry to interrupt, but we have our first super chat of the night from William Lamb. Hi, Half Sappho crew, and another win for LAFC. I'm still in San Diego despite the 0-0 draw. I'm still in San Diego despite the 0-0 draw. It sounds like we've discussed this before, William.
Or San Diego is holding William hostage.
Might have come from the Discord.
Oh.
Had they won, maybe they were going to let him free to come back as an LAFC fan. And now I want to say we should all like go down there.
Storm San Diego. We need to January 6th San Diego FC.
I mean, with the hat you have on, you're ready to go.
I'm ready, baby.
Wow.
Thank you so much for your super chat, William. I wish I understood what you were saying. Another win for LAFC. Thank you for the support. In the stadium, I had to text you guys to be like, this is ugly, right? This is not a fun game to be at. Because sometimes you're in the stadium and you're talking to your friends, you're having too many drinks. And I'm not going to say whether or not that's where I was, I was doing tonight. But sometimes that happens and you go, wait, have I missed incredible combination play and creativity? But it felt like the one chance we had, we scored besides Giroud missing.
That wasn't even a chance. I wouldn't even call it a chance.
What, the Giroud chance?
No,
the chance of something happening?
No, Hollingshead scoring. I mean, their defender decided, the ball's coming towards me. Oh, hold on, let me kick it this way. And then Hollingshead was like, as long as I get it on target, something good could happen, and good for him. Speaking of being in the stadium, can I just, one pet peeve? There was a moment, it was about the 90th minute, and somebody in the very rich seats decided to jump up and run towards the ball as it was coming out of play. And he's like, look, I can touch the ball with my feet, and then pass it to David Martinez. And thank God David Martinez was like, fuck you, bro. Leave that ball alone. It is 1-0. We do not need the ball to be quickly handed to our players. Don't be a fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. That might have been the most exciting moment of the game to me yelling at that guy. Going like, have some fucking awareness. You're a fan of this team, are you not? And then him going back to his friends like, did you see what I did? No, bro. What you did was wrong, and you should be castrated for it.
That guy.
That guy.
Happy Foot, I think Nkosi Tafari was great tonight. I don't know, at least from my perspective, I was like, he seems solid, and I want to like him a lot. And
clean sheet.
I like really want to like him.
I mean, Happy Foot, his hair. Let's start there.
Funky. I like it.
Was it a soccer ball? I couldn't tell from distance.
It was like stars, I think.
If you couldn't tell, then we definitely couldn't tell. We thought it was a soccer ball from where we were.
Defense did seem solid.
Well, that's the thing. This team is definitely set up to defensively be solid. Like, I think the two things that I took away from this game was this. When they changed to the 4-3-3, they were actually much more exciting to watch. And that's when they were able to put NYCFC under pressure. And as they did that, they were actually more open to counterattacks. And I think that's the thing that Steve is terrified of, which is kind of weird because I think guys like Nkosi, less so Segura and Marlon, but Nkosi and Aaron Long are both very good at recovering defense. So you'd think you could play in a way that you could be a little bit more, I don't know, adventurous, because you could put guys forward knowing that the defenders are able to get back. But he obviously does not feel that way. And look, at the end of the day, he has 2 clean sheets. So who am I to complain? But that's my big takeaway is like, maybe LAFC can be a little more adventurous going forward, despite how much they are set up to be just solid defensively, limit chances, and then, as we've said a million times, hope that one of the very skilled players they have up front does something cool and scores a goal. I don't love it. I mean, the expected goals is a silly statistic for a lot of people, and I understand what you're saying, but it was at like 0.46 for LAFC to like 0.26 to NYCFC, and like that perfectly encapsulated the game. Yeah. You felt like those teams were never going to score.
I brought a friend to a game that had never been to an MLS game, and I don't know if they'll ever come back. it was that type of a game, right? Where it was like, this isn't the product we want to give. There is I want to say one thing too, that you were talking about the very skilled players up front. Something I heard tonight from the crowd that I've never heard before was when Denny Bouanga was beating 4 players in a row and eventually gave up the ball in the middle of the field. Everyone in my section started screaming, pass the ball. And I don't think people normally tell Denny Bouanga to pass the ball. I think there's a level of people are getting a little bit upset with how much he is putting his head down to start the season, especially because we have no attacking options at all. Like, Giroud is there. Try to find him if you can, please. I think the Ukrainian player, how do you say his name?
Smolyakov,
something like that. His first pass was to Giroud, and I was like, "Thank you, thank you for finally trying to find him."
He's like, I know that guy. I played with him on FIFA. I could pass him the ball. That'd be so cool.
Everyone's like, "What are you doing? We don't do that."
Danny Angel sent in a super chat.
Yeah,
$5. Thank you so much for the super chat. Stash is back. Stash is back for sure. Hafo, new guys, Yaboa, Tafari, Smolyakov stepping up. Safo, Giroud 1v1. Yeah, that's the second game in a row. I mean,
second game in a row.
Come on.
Look,
come on, guys.
If you're like second tier or below, I'm not like, I'm gonna be like, yeah, he's not gonna score. If you're supposed to be Giroud, like you're supposed to be the guy who can make that a goal anytime.
No. There's no such thing as supposed to be a guy that can make a goal.
He tried to
the first game
on the Hollingshead goal.
He's had a long enough career that has probably happened to him 10 times. How many times?
I will say this. He took the first game. He took a chance that was a pretty big chance and made it a lesser chance. Legitimately, that was not good. This was one of the moments where you're like, oh my God, he's 1v1 with the goalkeeper and he should score. But the goalkeeper was literally on top of him. He had no idea what was behind him. The ball comes to him quickly. I'll give him some grace on this second one. The first one, less so. The second one, and I wrote it down in my notes. I'm like, people are gonna hate Giroud for this.
Yeah, me.
And I was like, come on, guys. It's tough. Also, the way he tests a turn, it's on his right foot. He's left-footed. The guys are right on top of him. I don't.
Okay,
I
well,
don't
like, what tier player is the guy? Like,
if it was me out there, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like,
look, I've been watching Mbappe.
you know,
all
it's
this
possible
season.
to score there, right?
I've been watching Mbappe all this season. He's been missing chances that are probably better, and still is probably the best player in the world. It's one of those things where, again, you look at it and you think objectively, Giroud 1v1 with a goalkeeper, he has to score, right? It's not as cut and dry when you really think about what that chance was.
The last part of Daniel's question: would you rather win 1-0 or 4-3? 4-3, of course. What are you fucking talking about? Like, especially if you're in the stadium. Like, this was a snooze fest. We scored at the end. I was like, great, so happy to be here.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. We have one more super chat before I miss it. Hafo Safo hat is the MAGA hat of LAFC from Manuel. Thank you so much. Wow. I mean,
by the way,
they win a lot.
Yeah, the answer to your question. The answer to your question for Steve is absolutely 1-0.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like I want to point that out.
That's
it is 100% absolutely 1-0 all day, every day.
This was his game plan tonight.
Yeah, it really was. Like, and if this is the game
like
plan,
Hollingshead had to be the one to do it.
Well, wait, we go through this, and if this is the game plan and they get to where they need to be, will you guys remember this game? I mean, you definitely won't remember this game, but I'm just saying, like, they won this game.
Well, coming in first place worked so well for us last season that it really matters to me this season.
Hey.
Oh, another super chat. Thank you so much, Adam.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Happy Foot. The churro is better this season. That's great to know, actually.
Actually, we want more of those. I would love to hear more of the food. Yeah.
LAFC culture cuisine is extremely important.
I had the same King's Hawaiian chicken sandwich that I've always had. Yeah, I mean, like, what else from that game can we talk about? There was like,
I really love this comment, by the way, because I love a good. If Tafare's first name is his first name Ross, opportunity lost. If not, that gets me. Well done, Scott. Well done. Don't ever do that again.
This is hitting me. This is really making me feel. This is a nice little stab of a comment. We are in our Schmetzer era, I think.
Well, hasn't he beaten us to go to big games and win MLS
Yeah,
Cup?
but
and
I like being able to make fun of their style of play.
Sure.
I have not enjoyed a single minute of LAFC soccer this season.
But good question, though. If you watch this and LAFC plays this way and it's nervy throughout and they win something big, let's say CCC or MLS Cup, but they win it in ways where you're just like, man, that wasn't fun for me through the 90 minutes. Are you okay with it?
I don't know, because I think at this point, it's not that game plan that's winning it for us. It's luck. It feels like we're relying on luck, and luck is swinging our way right now. So if we get lucky like enough times to win some hardware this season, then I don't know that it makes sense to think of it any differently. Mm-hmm. To be like, oh, that wasn't luck. We just. I think there's a version of this game plan where we're like doing it more confidently, and it feels a little bit more on purpose. But like, what was that 85th minute? Like, I mean, score a goal just like that in the 40th minute, and then I'll be 10 times happier. You know what I mean? Then just park the bus the rest of the game.
I see some comments basically like calling us out a little bit for being so negative, and I think that that's fair. We just won the game. It's just hard to
win. That is true.
We've sat through 4 games so far, right, this year, and they haven't been fun. And sports are supposed to be fun, and we have not had fun. We've only lost one of those 3, right?
When you put it that way, yeah, we do sound a little childish.
We haven't had fun, and I want to have fun.
Duh.
Yeah. Also, look, there's 3 of us. There's a lot of different reactions that I think are totally valid for fans to have right now.
And also, why are you guys so salty? Miss Bones, happy birthday, Miss Bones. Everyone in the chat,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And we won't be as salty anymore. It's her big birthday. It's her big birthday.
No
it's
promise.
Her big birthday.
No promises.
Are some birthdays bigger than others?
We haven't even brought on callers yet. I make no promises.
We have another super chat. $5 from
Wow.
Nut. Thank you so much, Nut. Sadfoot, the stadium clock was stopped at 45 minutes. I noticed that.
I noticed that last game too.
They did change that rule. He is correct.
So only 90 they go over.
No, it should go over. It should go over. They should not stop the clock, period. Maybe
90
someone else
went over, but 45 did not.
Interesting. Maybe they were like, well, what's the reason for 45 to go over? It's like, well, so everyone knows where we're at. I don't know. I mean, it's so silly. It's funny because remember, Darren, you pointed out, you're like, what's going on at the CONCACAF game? And I was like, well, MLS changed the rules. CONCACAF did not. So maybe
they might just be confused.
Yeah, they're a little confused where they were.
Stadium, maybe. I don't know.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Nut. And then Daniel Angel again sends one in $2. How was the crowd size? It was bad to start, and then it trickled in. It feels like the new security is taking some time. I got stopped and like wanded down, which has never happened before here.
It's that hat.
Yeah.
So maybe.
But it's a new thing that isn't a metal detector. It's like a fancy thing. And they stopped me and waved a wand over me.
That happened to me last week. I think because they were like, I don't want to make you wait for this slow thing. Just come over here and I'll wand you.
No, they made the people wait behind me. I think it's part of the reason it has been so hard to get to your seats early this time.
So the crowd it's a grower, not a shower.
We may not have grown the game, but we did grow the crowd.
Vince, I'm so happy you've grown into this podcast. That's a joke for us.
Yeah, I have. Sorry. I want to apologize now for taking one of your jokes because I'm sure some of you would have gotten to there.
Crossing out my notes.
Yeah.
Any other happy feet or sad feet before we bring on some caller?
Yeah. Go ahead, Vince.
Not a happy foot or sad foot. Interesting. Yayaboa playing in midfield was not something that I expected to ever happen this season. Him playing as a wingback, yes. Him playing as a fullback, yes. Him even playing as an advanced player, maybe on the wing in the front line, yes. But as an 8, as we would call them in the terms, was interesting. I did not expect that. And then Delgado at the 6 was kind of cool. Like it worked. So that's a thing that I think we might see more of. Obviously, Igor Jesus is a big signing, and we'll see a lot of him. But I like the idea of Delgado in that area because he just kind of is simple and he understands the game and he moves the game along. And that could be something that could really help LAFC in attack. I
didn't realize it was Yayaboa and texted you guys, who's number 20? Because I was like, why? Who is this man in the midfield? I thought it was the guy we signed today, Saldana.
He's wearing 43, I believe.
Great, terrible number.
You're 100% correct. Terrible number.
There's got to be better numbers. 91 better number available.
Wait, no. Then Kosi's wearing 91, no?
I thought he's 93. Is he 91 or 93?
Both are bad
90.
numbers.
90 is better.
I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth. Both are bad numbers.
I like numbers in the 90s. I'm okay.
What about 77? Luka Doncic.
Yeah, for basketball, but...
What did you guys maybe this is a good question. You don't have to fully answer and we can see what callers think too. But Bouanga had a lot of ups and downs in this match that I kind of feel okay about in the end. Like he seemed more activated and more present in this match. But there was the head down thing. And I feel like at this point that's more important. Also, we're seeing other guys like Martinez plays the same way, like dribbling head down and trying to like there's a world where it's okay for like hero ball to be our game, but like it's a bit much even in the world where we decide we're okay with it. It's for like every guy, like I've got it now I have to win all by myself. Like I don't know, maybe I'm just underscoring the same thing I've been saying in the beginning. I just don't love that style.
I didn't love his first half. Didn't necessarily love his second half, although it was better. And I would actually say that Martinez is at least trying to look for teammates. A lot of what I saw in the first half that was difficult to watch was they're playing in such a way that they're so positional where they stay in an area where, yes, I'm in space. And then if I receive the ball, I can go 1v1. And that, like, again, that caters to what you're talking about, Darren. They want to just get the ball, go 1v1. I don't love it. I would much prefer to see them running off the ball and some movement off the ball, but I'm asking for something that I don't think that the coaching staff is asking for. I think that they want them to be positional because one, they believe that their talent is top end, which it is top end and should be able to beat a lot of defenses. But 2, they also don't want them to be all over the place so that when they get countered, they can't effectively stop a counter. Like, these are the things that Steve has to have in mind when he's building a team, and they're not exclusive of each other. He has to kind of really understand that. But I don't love it. It's really boring. It's boring to watch when it I will say this, it's boring to watch when it doesn't work. When it does work, it's fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
It's explosive.
Sure.
You have Bouanga going at guys, he's beating guys, you're getting excited. But when it doesn't work, you just wonder, like, could we maybe do something else? But I think that this is the feature that they kind of want, at least to start the season.
I've noticed in the last couple of games where people sort of seem to anticipate Bouanga splitting 2 defenders, and they throw a third one his way, and he always seems to lose it right as he splits 2 defenders. And I'm like, maybe it's time for him to adapt a little bit. It's early in the season, but it just feels like that the way that he was able to beat multiple defenders in a row has not yet happened this season. My happy foot, before we get to the callers, we've yet to be scored on in above freezing temperatures. And I think that's a good thing to remember.
In open play, even.
Yeah, you're right. We've yet to be scored on no play. Y'all confident for Columbus after this game? No, I'm not.
Yeah, well, okay. So Vince, you mentioned a world where this is the game plan. It works. We do well. Like, in that world, are we ever confident? Do we just like go into every game not confident and then like win a lot? Or do I need to like adjust my whole mindset?
I mean, it depends on how you look at it, I guess. Yeah, from one aspect, you think, oh, we're just playing defensive because we're terrified of getting scored on. But they think, oh, we're being solid, and then we believe in our guys up top. They'll find a way. But look, that's the way soccer is.
So it depends.
We can make it.
With the guys up
Yeah,
top.
we can make it. We can make excuses for anything. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. Like, you really can. But I just, like, if I'm really like getting down to the core of it, Steve is like, we're going to be solid. We're going to not give up big chances. And then going forward, I'm going to trust my guys. That's the ultimate. That's the high level philosophy. I think there's a lot of things that fall in from that. Like, certain passes and certain ways in which you're supposed to receive the ball, which every team has that. Like, they do that. But the top end, the real big thing is do not give up big chances. And then let our top end talent, get into space. That's LAFC for right now. It could change, but right now that is LAFC.
We just got another super chat from Nut. Vince, I don't know what this means. Vince, you probably know this. Who the hell is Eric Green? The bit is getting annoying.
They show it on the big screen.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. I think it's like Will Ferrell's friend or something.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's somebody. But I would say I think it's somebody that maybe was sick. So I will refrain from saying too much. But
yeah, we hate that sick guy.
Yeah, I believe it was somebody that was sick. He has come back.
Hey, I want to say something. Sombrero Kid back on the camera tonight.
Oh, after the Club America debacle?
The boycott is over.
Wow.
So for those of you who don't know, he held up a Club America jersey during the Club America game. Hadn't been seen. He was on the camera, but he also looks like 15 now. He's too old for what the bit was at this point.
No, he's just a Sombrero Man.
Yeah, Sombrero Man was on the screen.
Which is just, man.
To be fair, it's a feather in LAFC's cap for all the people that are like, you guys are controlling all the people that are in the stadium. Clearly, they do not. Kid went rogue.
I also heard that he held it up so he could like do a bit where he's like stomping on it, but like the camera cut before he could get to the like, this jersey is bad. And it was just,
how did you hear that? How do you know his inside team, his creative team?
No, people at the stadium saw him do it. But the camera cut, there's people there. You were there.
He threw the America jersey on the floor over here. Yeah. Lisa Kushida, $9.99. Thank you for the tickets. We had a great time and met other people who also won tickets. You were super nice. Also love my Thigh Love Giroud stickers.
Hell yeah.
I'm so happy that you got them. Yes. I'm glad you had fun. And thank LAFC for the tickets. They gave them to us to give out. Thank you for being.
Thank you, Lisa.
I made those tickets with my bare hands.
By the way, the tickets were not. You didn't have to send us a super chat. We did not tell her that she had to do this. So thank you. They were free.
If you want to get access to tickets, head over to patreon.com/happyforthat, or subscribe to this YouTube channel.
I just want everyone to understand the mission of this show, which is to build a better Ticketmaster. Okay.
We do. People get a lot of free tickets from our Patreon. I think that's
does
fair.
happen.
It's not wrong. We have access to people that give us free tickets, and then we give it to the people.
I give my tickets away on there sometimes.
That's true.
If I'm not fast enough.
And they're pretty good. I've sat in your seats. They're actually really good.
And I have a sweet old woman named Donna who sits next to me now. She's great. Mikey, thank you so much for the super chat. $9.99. Much better game, a lot more possession and accurate passing, but productivity was trash. Still not effective. Expecting one lucky goal to win a game. Eye roll. I don't know if the passing was that accurate. I think the passing around the back was accurate, but anytime we tried to go through the middle, I felt like we were pretty imprecise.
The possession was actually also not a lot more. NYCFC ended up having.
Yeah, it didn't feel like.
He might be referring to one thing that I saw, which is kind of, I think, why I ended on more of a frustrated note, which is that there was a flash like in the middle of the first half where they did seem to be testing out like the change in style of play that we have been talking about, where they were a little more possession, they were putting more passes in. It seemed like Igor Jesus was orchestrating something. They had some like chances they actually put together near the box. It felt like they did a little skit for their coach to be like, it was like a little status report on the 2.0 thing they're building. And then it just like they geared up to do it, and then they just kind of stopped doing it. And then we went into the half, and like it was never seen from or heard from again as a thing they could do.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this little flash in the middle of the game where I was like, "Oh, this is something. It's not there. It's like it felt like I was watching Growing Pains." Yeah, let me talk directly to
the show. Or
can you hear me?
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, I was watching Growing Pains, the show.
If we could ask
watching
Steve
like maybe this
here,
is them trying out the new thing they've been working on, and we're seeing the growing pains of it. It's not there yet, but like. But then it wasn't like I was hoping for that to be my takeaway from the whole match, but it was like 10 minutes, if that.
Okay. This is my like challenge to you and to everyone else watching. When you watch LAFC and they have the ball and they're passing the ball around, that's fine. You'd like them to have the ball. It's good to have the ball. When you have the ball, you can score. What are they doing with it? Are they just moving it side to side and getting it to a guy who then looks forward and sees, oh, maybe that guy can't beat him, and then moves it to someone else? Or are they moving in a way where a guy's passing and then another guy's already on the move, and then next ball is to that guy? Darren, to your point, I think it was a lot of just passing around positionally, and they were able to do that because NYCFC was taking a little bit of a break. They were like, look, we're fine if you want to do that. You can pass in and around here all day long. But the second you come centrally, we're gonna get on top of you. And there was times where like they did get it central and then they moved it along and then the next guy got it wide or whatever. I'm just possession is only a part of this equation. Like watch.
That wasn't the part of it that excited me. It seemed like they were trying to do what you're talking about, but not really succeeding.
Yeah, agree to disagree. I think I thought I was seeing a lot of. There was moments where they did have spells of possession, but it was like it was going forward, then they would go. Here's another thing.
No, you're right.
Watch how many times they go backwards with the ball, because what they're doing to go backwards is luring the team forward so they can hit them quickly and get into space. I'm just saying, like, what we really want to see them do is kind of what they did in the second half when they were like taking guys on, they would lose the ball, immediately win it back, and then go right back at them. That's, I think, what we really want to see when like Delgado came in. There was that spell, and it didn't even lead to the goal. Let's be honest. It didn't lead to the goal. Didn't even lead to big chances. But like, to me, that was a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
I think we've made them wait long enough. Should we bring on our callers?
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry, we
had a lot of thoughts on a game that was 1-0.
Such an involved game. We had to break down so hard.
That's my bad. I'll leave whenever you guys want.
I had a lot I needed to say. It's my fault. Daniel, welcome to the show. Any happy feet or sad feet?
Hello, Travis. It's my first time seeing you this season. I hope London was a fantastic trip.
Walkable City fans hanging out.
Yes. Look, guys, I think you guys are being like, we're still like officially 3 games in, right? I think you guys are a little bit being, it's crazy because I'm normally the pessimistic one, but like you guys are being cynical tonight. Look. Comparing it to last year, I'm actually quite optimistic. Last year, we looked dead by this time at the start of last season. We looked atrocious. I didn't even think we were going to make the playoffs, but the difference is, yes, we're wonky. The midfield has been kind of sluggish, especially this season. But the difference is we're humming. They're actually trying. Denny Bwanga was just like out of it, but at least he's trying to figure shit out here. So I just think this is all early season blues. I'm getting really good vibes from this club. So it's just all right now. I think it's just everyone needs to get in sync. Sadfoot tonight. Look, I know you can't expect people to like hit those type of shots, but Drew, man, you got to hit it. But
I feel the same way. You can't expect him to hit it, but he got to hit that.
But you got to score.
It doesn't help the narrative so far that he's been utterly useless. So
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. It does not help his narrative.
So look, I didn't really feel. I actually kind of enjoyed the game tonight. I've actually kind of enjoyed the early games so far. Look, it's been a grind, and it does feel like we're winning it by luck. But hey, once again, I think we're humming. We're humming. It's just everyone needs to get in sync, in line, in their positions. I think the part I'm worried about, since CCC's early in the season, I'm a little bit worried about that, especially against Columbus, because we always get shit-faced there. So I'm worried that we won't get. I know this club is probably going to get hot around May, June, July. I'm worried that we're not going to get hot in time. So I don't know about CCC. Tuesday is going to be critical. We're looking good for MLS Cup, though. I think we're going to be in the mix. I think by July, depending on who comes, mid-season acquisitions, I've talked about it before. It depends what happens there. But I think in July, we're going to learn a lot about this team, and we're going to get a clear picture. And by the way, one more thing. I think Ordaz played well tonight, but I think Martinez should have started. I think the problem this whole game was we were struggling to create chances, and I felt like if we had started with Martinez instead of Ordaz up front, I think we could have gotten more chances because Martinez is more creative with the ball. But otherwise, unlike you guys, I thought I got positive messages from this game. Sorry I rambled on.
No, I think some much needed optimism. Thank you so much, Daniel, for calling, and we always appreciate it. Talk to you soon. I think the thing he said that is interesting is Ordaz starting. Well, I think the whole thing is interesting, but the Ordaz starting part, it seems like he wants to combine. We talked about it a little bit in the preview. It seems like he wants Abobasi and Ordaz to play together, right? It seems like that's a combination that Dolo is interested in. Is that right?
It looks like there's a little bit. I mean, it's hard to say, right? Because you just know that Abobasi is more mobile, right? So he's more willing to actually link up with guys. Whereas Giroud is like, guys, I'm going to get in the box. Please find me, right? It's a little bit different of a setup. I think ultimately, though, you can't really think about this game without thinking about the context of there's a game on Tuesday. Yeah. I don't think I think he's just thinking Martinez and maybe Giroud is starting that game. Like, that's just the way he's looking at it.
Also, if you're watching this, come to the game on Tuesday. These CCC games have been insanely sparse. This is probably the only time we'll get to see the crew play here. Do we play them here this year? No, because we played here.
So. Nope.
Come support the team. I bet there'll be some resale tickets that are cheaper than what they're selling at Face right now. Please come out on Tuesday. The team needs you.
Reject your season tickets and buy on the resale market. Oh, wait, did LAFC Heroes say that? We didn't say that.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
No,
I just killed Travis. That's my bad. That's my bad.
Oh, no.
That's my fault.
Wow.
We have a few other callers. Jeff Talk, do you want to be on the show, or are you just listening?
I'm on.
Okay. Thanks for calling, Jeff Talk.
Thanks so much, Jeff Talk.
Okay.
Most salient point he's made all season.
It's time for her big birthday. Miss Bones, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Happy birthday, Miss Bones.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's me on my big birthday.
Your big birthday. My happy foot is it's your big birthday.
Big birthday.
I feel like big birthday is appropriate for like 3 to 8 maybe.
7 to big birthday. It's not appropriate for 27.
20. Yeah, I think it's
No,
appropriate for
It's
27.
appropriate.
Yeah, we'll give it to you.
It's appropriate for any time it actually is a big birthday. If you just deem it so.
Yeah, you get to make that choice. We
Yeah.
You
can't
were
make that
also
choice for you.
optimistic in the chat, though. Tell us why you were so optimistic about this game, Miss Bones.
This was a great game. We won, guys.
Okay,
It was
point
a great
taken.
game. No, I am my sad. I'm gonna just jump right in. My happy foot, sad foot.
Please.
Happy foot. Duh! It's my birthday, and it was so nice of the LAFC organization to make Women Empowerment Day on my birthday in my honor.
Wow.
It was chef's kiss. Perfect. And I don't know if anybody saw, but I was on the field waving the American flag in my
No.
little Miss Bone suit. So if you didn't see it, go look at the
That's awesome.
televised recording.
That's crazy.
Major happy foot.
Very,
It was a great-
very happy.
It was a great game for me. Okay.
Right.
And then sad foot is all this talk about this lucky goal BS. Like, what the hell are you guys talking about? That was strategy. That was
How many
really
different
good.
NYCFC players did that ball bounce off of before it went in the back of the net?
Wait, Vince, you were agreeing with her. She's agreeing with you.
Guys, the guys held it down for 60 minutes, and then they brought on a new line, and they crushed it for 30 minutes. They attacked, and it wasn't luck. It was called strategy.
Okay.
You look stupid, Vince.
So, well, no, I mean, to her point, for all you Steve out people, I mean, Steve did make changes that changed the game. Just saying.
Sure. I want to know. Here's what I want I want an exciting game where it could go either way, and for them to pull it out, and then I'll feel a lot better about. I want some more adversity.
Versus a boring game that could go either way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. Darren is a writer, and he wants an arc, and this does not have an arc.
It's not like that. Like Columbus is
And
the game I want to
exciting.
see,
Okay.
honestly, because like either they win 6-0, and it's like you guys have been arguing on the margins, you just suck, period, or it's like, oh no, we can hang with any team, and this is just how we do it, and it's consistent and great. Fine, I'll shut up, and I'm thrilled. You know.
I think both ways are fun and exciting, but it just was a different kind of game, but it's strategy. It's not luck. This lucky goal BS is like, come on.
Give it to me a little earlier, then, please.
Miss Bones, happy birthday. Thank you so much for
Happy
calling.
birthday.
We always love when you do.
Thanks, guys.
Great to see you.
Hey, happy birthday.
All right. Anything else we want to say? I
Yeah, I love
hear them
this.
gathering outside their door, so I might have to leave soon.
I love this. Bring Dolo. Let's ask him if that was the strategy.
Did you want Giroud to throw his whole body at the ball and miss?
Yeah, we've been talking about that a lot in practice. I talked to Giroud. He was like, "I'm big. I could throw my body at the ball," and I was like, maybe miss.
What if you
though.
miss?
Yeah, but what if you miss? What if he
What if
shot
you
you in the
miss?
face? Good dumb
I mean,
dumber
look,
Yeah.
we're 2-0 in Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
Happy to have 6 points to start the season. I think the cloud hanging over this is Columbus, right? We know that Columbus is coming in a few days, and we know how good Columbus is and how bad we play against them.
Mm-hmm.
If we come out of that game against Columbus at home on Tuesday with a win, I think we could feel optimistic, even if it's a 1-0 boring win. We'd be like, okay, we know how
I
to
will
do
yeah.
retroactively feel great about the way we're playing right now and the way we played in this game if we played the exact same way and beat Columbus.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
I saw this was way earlier. Vincent, this new formation for 60 minutes looked decent for slowing down Columbus. I would say, in terms of the scoreline, yes. In terms of the way they played, no. They were very passive, and NYCFC didn't do much. Columbus is going to put them under so much more pressure with the connections and the way they do things. However, if you can get to Columbus and you cannot be so passive, I think LAFC will have a lot more running lanes to go at Columbus's goal. So that is the tilt. Like that's the spectrum. That's what you're looking at. I don't like the way they played in the fact that they were basically sitting deep and waiting for NYCFC to kind of come at them. If they can be a little bit more on the front foot despite being defensive, then yes, I will be excited for it. But again, to Travis's point, this Tuesday game is going to tell us a lot about this team. It really is.
I just want to remind everyone watching to please subscribe to our YouTube. We're trying to get to 900. We're 10 away. So if you don't subscribe, give us a subscribe. And I'm saying that now because we're about to bring on someone who is going to make you not want to listen to the show anymore.
I don't know why we keep doing it.
Who it almost feels like cruel to you guys that he's coming on. You don't deserve this, but this is the world we live in, and we have to face the facts that he's calling in. So please welcome to the show, the heel of the foot, one of the worst people ever born, Jeff Cox.
Silent once again.
Want to just talk about somebody's birthday for a while?
Is it your birthday?
I would much rather talk about Miss Bones' birthday than hear your fucking voice, you loser.
Why does he hate on birthdays?
What are we, fucking 7 years old?
Jeff, when's your birthday?
Chuck E. Cheese?
Jeff, when's your
I'm
birthday?
never telling you that. You're going to steal my social security number. Listen, so...
How do you think anything works?
Any happy feet or sad feet?
I refuse to play by the nonsense.
You and many of our callers.
Yeah, we've gone through this. Don't even say that anymore. Just go back into your bit. Like,
just
don't
do
even
your thing,
give us
Jeff. Say what you want to say.
You know what the sign of great hosting is when the three of you guys can't get out of each other's way talking over me. It's great stuff. So listen.
I fucking hate this guy so much.
Oh, well, at least you didn't do it again.
Hurry, Jeff.
My favorite part about watching LAFC, I really enjoy it, is we have two guys that are making, I think, 8 figures, both of them, and can't fucking score. Like, why do we
always
have
about
two
money with
attacking
Jeff.
DPs? We're about to bring in. I'm a materialist, Vince. I believe in the monetary theory of history. My
your money.
It's not about my money. It's the salary cap league. You can only pay people so much money. We have 2 guys that are on DP deals that are not scoring. We just brought in a Turkish gentleman who's going to play the exact same position as one of these guys. Like, we have 3 attacking DPs, and we're winning games 1-0 off Ryan Hollingshead. Hollingshead is scoring goals.
He's going to play Martinez's
crazy.
position.
That's nuts.
No, he's on.
That's even worse because Martinez is a development player who we should be playing 1,000,000 minutes.
Yeah, but Jeff, to your point, to your point, the guy making a lot of money, the Turkish guy, he should be, contributing. And if he contributes more than the development guy, then shouldn't that be the point?
You're trying to say they should all be on the field at once.
Can we get a midfielder? Can we get a guy who can make one progressive pass?
We got like 10 midfielders in the offseason.
Hey Jeff, what's the amount of money we should be paying Denny Bouanga?
Exactly the amount of money we're paying him. My point is he should be scoring goals. It's not about the money not being enough money. What I'm saying is if you want to make that amount of money, you can't keep splitting 3 guys and not putting the ball on anybody else's foot and also not scoring. That's what you get paid to do. That's what everybody gets paid to do. Do your job. Put the ball in the fucking back of the net and stop complaining and stop dancing around. Killing me, man. Fucking killing me.
I mean, to be fair, we've said most of this stuff already today.
You're not totally disagreeing with us.
Yeah, but you guys said it in a
and we didn't have to invoke his
his
salary to do it.
Yeah. We just you just did it in such a tacky way. I don't know.
Hey Jeff, how much money do you make?
Tacky.
What?
How much money do you make?
I make my WJ health insurance every year, Travis. I've never missed
I lost my WJ health insurance this year.
Wow, this is very inside baseball.
Oh, yeah?
Can you guys explain to us what this is?
Hers?
No, my wife didn't lose hers, but I lost mine. Thanks for bringing it up.
Well,
yeah,
you're
bring this
married
offline.
to her. You have the insurance.
Oh my God.
That's true. I have to say I'm a dependent of my wife, though, when I go to the doctor. Jeff, it's always so pleasant when you call. Thank you for doing it.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Thank you.
Happy 300, Beelzebub.
Guys, it's Jeff's big birthday.
It's Jeff's big birthday, the big 300. Look, Tuesday's the game we're all thinking about. We're 6 points in. Okay, I'll see you guys later.
Okay, bye.
And Travis has been.
They're kicking him out of the stadium.
I should not have made that joke about not taking your season tickets. And then
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, to put another finer point on that,
I didn't think it'd be that quick. I didn't think they'd get rid of him that quick.
Really
I thought it'd be at least
him.
another game. I thought
that
they would wait
crazy.
till Tuesday and then take him out.
Wow. I do want to say about going to these CCC matches, it does feel it is kind of crazy. Like having the opportunity to play in CCC is huge. It is beyond MLS. And it feels a little bit I don't know what happens in other stadiums when teams play in these types of matches.
People
And I
don't
know
go
the
to those
scheduling is a
stadiums
little.
either.
Yeah, I know the scheduling is a little on the fly, and it's midweek and all that. But I don't know. It does feel like it might be a bit of an outgrowth of how spoiled we've been to like lose track of how big these games are. I don't know. That's all I'm thinking.
Well, I'll say this, and we brought it up in our preview episode. It does feel a little bit weird that we're playing 2 MLS teams back to back. It just doesn't get me as excited as if we were going to Costa Rica or anywhere, literally anywhere else.
Sure. Yeah, that is an issue. Well, let's bring on another caller.
I know he has Giorgio Chiellini's jersey on in the background. He's clearly like
LAFC Luke.
Yeah,
hey guys.
Luke, you're definitely like,
what's going on?
You know what'll get me to get you on the show. Like, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that game was the same result, but yet felt a lot better for me, at least, than the Colorado game.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you
How
know,
so?
In what ways?
I'll take that. I'm actually with Mrs. Bones on this one. I felt like the strategy was like hold, and I noted to our friends who are with us, like at 9 o'clock, I was like, this is where I think we have the advantage on East Coast teams, because even if they've tried, with their training and conditioning to sort of get themselves prepared for that later game, it's midnight East Coast time. Like that starts to sink in like that. I mean, I understand that you can do stuff around that, but like you're not going to get to do a whole lot around that in the few days leading up to the game. And that's when we really started to put the pressure on them. So I don't know. That felt good.
I mean, statistically speaking, that is a thing going both ways, both coasts. Like it affects both teams. So you're not wrong. It'd be interesting. I'd be interesting to hear from Steve. He's like, yeah, they traveled. So at 9 o'clock, I don't know. It'd be interesting to hear like if that was actually a part of their strategy. I don't know.
My happy foot, I don't know if anyone mentioned this, but was Las Catrinas, the mariachi band that was there for Women's Empowerment Night that did the Star Spangled Banner and played before the match at the time. It was super awesome. Cool. Loved having them. And do we know where Ryan Hollingshead is in terms of goals that he's scored as a defender? Is he now like
he already had the record, I think.
Yeah, I believe he had the record already.
I think he broke it last season.
He's just growing the record, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. He's the guy to beat now. You can't beat the stash.
You can't beat the stash.
You can try.
Possible. That'd be a good shirt. You can't beat the stash. The back says you can try.
You can try. My sad foot, although he didn't really stink up the game, but Chris Penso. Can we just get rid of Chris Penso, please?
What'd you think of his like really strong beard?
Oh,
though? I was
terrible.
Like, man.
Terrible. It looked like some like kid in high school who's like, I can grow a beard, It's like, oh, come on. Like, I know I can't, so I'm not gonna do trying to grow a whole beard. Like, Chris, know your thing. It's not your thing, man.
Wait, did you think he had a bad game though? Because I didn't actually think he had a bad game.
There were a couple calls that I was like, there was one where he was like, he gave us the advantage, but it was gone within a split second, and then he just didn't pull it back, and I was like, what was that? There were a few of those moments, but overall it wasn't like a typical Penso or Uncle game. Like typically there's like just a totally blown call, and he's out there like red faced and yelling at that didn't happen.
I'm with you on that. I think actually of the 4 games of the referees we've had, he's actually been the best, but it's not saying much, but he's probably been the best.
Consider the standard.
Yeah. O'Shea Nations. Legend.
Oh no. So I also think, Vince, your point is exactly right, that like a lot of the lineup, this was about, in my view, Tuesday. Like, it was about like in this moment, that game is more important than this game was. While this game's important, there's 34 games in the MLS regular season. You're not going to win them all. But CONCACAF, you don't win this game on Tuesday, you're basically out of the tournament. I mean, we could try and win in Columbus, but like we got to show up on Tuesday. So that's what I saw with this. Why they started Nathan and not David. Why we had Nkosi on the back line. Why we brought in the Ukrainian, which by the way I thought was very cool to have the Ukrainian in there in the game. There was a big Ukrainian flag up in the stands in section 208 or 209 or something, hanging down out of the stands. It was beautiful. But it was like, oh, who are these people?
Mhm.
These are the people we're playing because we're not going to play them Tuesday night.
I mean, good game for him to like get his first minutes, because it's like there's still something on the line. Like he had to hold off the lead and keep the clean sheet, which is great. I agree with you. Like, I think there's a world in which like they get in there and Steve goes, guys, we did what we had to do. It was like we wanted to make sure that we did not get beat, but on top of it, we won. We got 3 points. And like you said, there's 34 games. These 3 points could be massive, but no one will think about early in the season what 3 points means, right? So Steve is probably like, look, you guys stole one. Good for you. You help the guys that are going to go into Tuesday, and we'll be able to regroup and we'll have a fresh group. Whereas, you know, there's a world in which he's like, this team was so bad at halftime. I got to send so many different guys in and expend so much energy just to hold a 0-0. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of we don't always talk about that because we want to win every game, but there is for them a time in which they say, group, you did the job for our guys that are then going to go and start. And I'll say this, it's beyond the result. It creates camaraderie. Whereas like the starters know like, hey, you can help me out. You can pick me up in this moment. They feel a little bit better about those guys that are coming off the bench, and just really helps the group as a whole. And that's something that like we don't talk about as much because it's hard to quantify, right? We're just like saying this. We don't actually know. But I've heard from players and they've said that like, it's nice to know, hey, I can kick off, have my feet off for a little bit and go a little bit harder on Tuesday, knowing that this guy behind me has got my back. Or when this guy comes in, I know that we're going to raise the level. So it is a big deal.
And yes. And one more thought I want to offer, and then I'll be out of your hair. But like, has there really been a really good chance in open play against us from the opposing team yet? Like a really good, because like, I couldn't tell you. I mean, there was like one decent shot on goal by NYCFC tonight. And they had a couple shots that sprayed wide that were, everyone went, oh, but like there wasn't like this was scary. There wasn't like a really like scary heart in your stomach moment. I didn't really get that from the Colorado game. Definitely didn't get that from Minneapolis. I don't even know, or Minnesota. Did Minnesota even have like a shot on goal?
No,
like,
there were. Lloris has made some like holy
decent
shit,
saves.
thank God saves.
Yeah.
There's been a couple,
Okay.
and there was at least one like defender making a save from inside the goal at one point.
All right, I
but
feel
like to
in
your point, I think
general,
it's few and far
defense
between.
is
They're
held
flukes.
better.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think so. I think
there
right.
hasn't been. It's been what it's set up to do, to not give up big chances, like not give up a lot. There's a lot of teams that like every team goes into a game wanting to keep a clean sheet, right? But they're maybe not set up that way, and they've gone into games and they haven't give up big chances at all. And yeah, I think you can count in 4 games to be able to count maybe the amount of big chances on one hand is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So before I go, I'm just gonna show you.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, what's going on here?
That's
Do
so
you see
cool.
do you see the signature here?
Oh boy,
That's so
that's
awesome.
a good one. Wow. All right.
Rightfully so. It should be on your wall. That's all I gotta say.
And happy birthday to LAFC Luke. It's his big birthday today.
Everyone that comes on, it's their big birthday.
It actually is Miss Bones' birthday. That was
It is Miss Bones' birthday. I want to say before we leave, pray for Travis. We don't know what's happened to him.
We don't know. I don't know if he's okay.
Yeah, he may be buried under BMO at this point. We don't know.
He just said okay and left. We don't know who he's saying okay to, what the circumstances are. Think the worst. That's always.
There
the
also
best
is a world in
best
which
way to do
Travis
it.
just wanted to leave.
That
And
would be a really smart way to do it. Wow.
Yeah, he did that to both of us.
Do you think that?
So
he's capable of that?
I mean, he picks up
That'd be a really slick move.
I mean,
what?
He walks around with a green screen pretending like he's in Europe for weeks at a time.
Oh,
we know he didn't. We know he wasn't there.
Of course not.
They wouldn't let him in.
I want to start as many Travis-based conspiracy theories as possible.
Oh yeah.
The one thing I think that we haven't quite pinpointed in all of this discussion is like the context of NYCFC. Like how much of a challenge was this really? Like, how good are they? A good team this year? In the preview, the main things that you pointed out were Alonso Martinez at center forward and the dribbly boys on the wings.
Yeah.
Did we stifle that? Did they play as well as they're supposed to be playing? Like,
so I was unaware that Augustin Ojeda had some visa issues, so he did not get to start this game. He did get in the game, but did not get to start it. But look, they were 2-1 up against Miami in Miami until the 90th plus 10.
Oh, wow.
Like,
okay.
And then give up a goal. Yes, they were up a man also, but like, it's still Miami. So I think they're a talented team. I think that they're a decent team. So this is, and also I would say Minnesota's a good team. I think Minnesota's a better team than what we're used to. I think both these teams will be in the playoffs. I think both of them will be. I don't think they're like contending for the top of their conference, but I think they're solid 4th to 5th place teams. Which
it's a legitimate.
Yeah, it's a legit. Yeah, for LAFC to deal with them and then take care of them with clean sheets is something. I don't know if it's a big deal, but it is something. Yeah,
yeah, that's good to know. Well. What do we think? Anything we didn't cover here?
I think we did it all.
I think we did it. We've done it all. As usual, we've done it all.
Yeah, we took care of it. I don't even know why Steve does a post game. Everyone should. They should just put us on the TVs.
Why don't Steve and the players watch our post game?
Yeah. Actually, now that you say it, maybe.
Can we hack into the closed circuit TVs?
Huh. You know what I would say? If there was a world in which we just did the post game, there would be nothing that would make the players and Steve happier that they did not have to, because they do not like, even in a win.
I mean, we give it a run. I mean, we're at least I was enough of a downer for them to be like, okay, maybe I'd rather do a post game press conference.
Right. Steve just pushes you out of the way. Okay, like my turn. Okay, let me tell this guy it was okay.
Andres Franco brings up, I can't believe at this point in this post game with this team we haven't mentioned both very walkable cities. Yes, New York, LA. Not only is it the coastal elite battle, but the battle for 2 incredibly walkable cities. I don't know if he's even referring to LA and NYC in this comment. I'm just commandeering it to say, of course, LA is walkable. Yeah, they'll always win that part of the battle. So at least they can take that home with them.
Yeah, they'll leave here being the walkable city champs.
Yep, which to us actually does mean a lot.
And I love Daniel, so there you go. Love Daniel. All right, he loves me. We're good.
That's it for us. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to the podcast. Follow us. Hang out with us. If you've been watching a lot and you're like, I want to get more into this, we do have a Patreon. There's a Discord. There's a ticket exchange. There's Patreon exclusive merch.
Ticket exchange is clutch.
There's merch discounts.
If you subscribe for anything, if you're like, hey, I'd love to go to LAFC games and get cool tickets for like less than face value, we have some pretty cool people in there doing some, putting up, offering tickets. And
you know what? And the reason why that is it's a genuinely great community of people who are just good people who are happy to give their tickets away for decent prices or sometimes free to other people they know are great people.
Yep.
So that's been really cool to see. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody for all the support thus far. Keep leaning in, keep calling in, keep commenting. We'll see you Tuesday. A lot of matches at the beginning of the season. We're getting the reps in. All right. I love you. Bye.
Keep on.